Why is anyone surprised at a commencement speech at a liberal college in 2023? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a commencement speech from City University of New York Law School that has gone viral because of the speaker, Fatima Muhammad, who is originally from Yemen, who has Jewish grandparents, but she's Muslim. Her speech was filled with what they say is anti-Semitism, talking about white supremacy and how bad the police are and all types of negative things. Now, the attention could be focused on her because of her identity and what she was speaking about. But the problem is that this was not just her getting up randomly to speak. It was not just her, okay, I'm graduating, I'm going to say a few words. No, she was given quite a bit of time. I think it might have been about 15 minutes. And she was selected by her classmates to give the speech. So the problem isn't just her. The problem is her classmates, who are probably from all walks of life. You're talking about black, white, Puerto Rican, Candy Stripe, Christian, non-Christian, Muslim, Jewish, or whatever. They all said, you know what? It'd be a great idea for you to go up there and say a few words. And I'm sure they knew she was going to say what she said. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into some of the video. I won't play the entire thing because of time's sake, but I will place that in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. Let's start with the introduction. And you're going to hear the thunderous applause from her classmates. That's going to be the first thing to look at. Then we're going to get into kind of a truncated version of the speech. So check it out.
So I start by asking you to join me in welcoming Fatima Muhammad, elected by the graduating full-time pre-cal cohort, to offer remarks.
And the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild. And like I said, I'm sure her classmates knew exactly what she was going to say. Now, let's get into the shorter version of the speech. You see the headline or the caption right here. SJP activist Fatima Musa Muhammad at CUNY School of Law commencement speech. America is an empire with ravenous appetite for destruction, violence. Israel murders young and old, encourages lynch mobs. Great empires of destruction have fallen. So will Israel and America. That is the gist of her speech. So let's go ahead and get into it. Then we're going to get into some reaction.
Like many of you, I chose CUNY School of Law for its articulated mission to be law in the service of human needs. One of very few legal institutions created to recognize that the law is a manifestation of white supremacy that continues to oppress and suppress people in this nation.
So the law is a manifestation of white supremacy. Understand this. Again, her classmates selected her and they knew, I'm sure they knew what she was going to say. Okay. And these are law students. So these are going to be people that are judges, lawyers. They may get into politics. They could be your lawmakers. And if they have that kind of attitude right now as young people, it probably won't change that much once they get to be older. And that's going to be a problem for you if they have any kind of jurisdiction over you in your life. This is a very serious problem. And again, it's not just her. It's probably that entire school or the majority of them.
And around the world. We joined this institution.
See, and the applause.
We joined this institution to be equipped with the necessary legal skills to protect our communities, to protect the organizers fighting endlessly day in and out with no accolades, no cameras, no votes, no PhD grants, working to lift the facade of legal neutrality and confront the systems of oppression that wreak violence on them.
That means Black Lives Matter protesters, your Kamala Harris's of the world, putting out a GoFundMe type thing for people that got arrested during the 2020 George Floyd Minneapolis riots, right? That's what's going on here. Don't we see? Are we on the same page? I think we are.
Systems of oppression created to feed an empire with a ravenous appetite for destruction and violence. I want to celebrate CUNY Law as one of the few, if not the only law school, to make a public statement defending the right of its students to organize and speak out against Israeli settler colonialism.
Crowd goes wild again. There was another person that would say similar things about the Jays. He had kind of a weird mustache back in the 1940s in Germany. I'm not sure who that was. Y'all know, but whatever. But it's funny because people like this and her allies would say, oh, it's you guys on the other side that hate the Jays. Well, I can't really tell. I can't tell. It looks like it's them, not us.
That this
They're going crazy. She can't even. It's like a sitcom where it'd be a bunch of applause in the background, and you got to wait for the applause to end. Where they introduce somebody from a different show and they clap for like 25 minutes. That's kind of what's going on right here.
that this is the law school that passed and endorsed BDS on a student and faculty level.
So BDS, that's like an anti-Israel protest, and y'all please, correct me on what the actual each letter means. But basically, it's like an anti-Israel protest. Y'all let me know exactly what it is.
Recognizing that absent a critical imperialism, settler colonialism lens, our work and this school's mission statement is void of value. That as Israel continues to indiscriminately rain bullets and bombs on worshipers, murdering the old, the young, attacking even funerals and graveyards, as it encourages lynch mobs to target Palestinian homes and businesses, as it imprisons its children, as it continues its project of settler colonialism, expelling Palestinians from their homes, carrying the ongoing Nakba, that our silence is no longer acceptable. And we did all of this in spite of the racism, in spite of the selective activism, the self-serving interests of CUNY Central, an institution that continues to fail us, that continues to train and cooperate with the fascist NYPD, the military, that continues to train IDF soldiers to carry out that same violence globally. A larger institution committed to its donors, not to its students.
So when you're talking about like defund the police, all these different things, you got to understand kind of where it comes from. People like this, if they go on television, if they go into media, then they're going to influence people. They're on social media influencing very young people into following their direction. And they're probably taught these things in K through 12. Because remember, she said that BDS got passed on the student and faculty level. So it's not just the kids that are coming in here thinking and feeling and behaving this way. It's the teachers as well.
Let us remember that Gaza just this week has been bombed with the world watching. That daily brown and black men are being murdered by the state at Rikers.
Oh man, come on.
That there are Palestinian political prisoners like HLF in US prisons. We leave our classes and we leave the school to a world that so desperately needs us to stand alongside those who have given up for the sake of liberation far more than we could imagine. So may the joy and excitement that fills the auditorium here, may the rage that fills this auditorium dance in the hallways of our elementary schools, in our home villages of Sheikh Jarrah, Aden, Yemen, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. May it be rejoiced in the corners of our New York City bedroom apartments and dining tables. May it be the fuel for the fight against capitalism, racism, imperialism, and Zionism around the world. No longer are we going to capitulate to oppressors. No longer are we going to put our hope in their depraved consciousness. And as the great Malcolm X said, we declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
Boy, oh boy, very, very cringe, but you get the idea. There's a longer version of this. I'll link to it in the description if you really want to see it. But that's kind of what's going on. Again, the young lady right there, Fatima Muhammad, she's like the face of all of this. She's the person going out there and speaking what the faculty and the students think. That's the problem. And CUNY is not just, it's not isolated in how they operate. There are plenty of schools just like this all over the nation, and that's going to be a problem. K through 12, a lot of schools are like this. College, same way. Grad school, same way. It's a serious issue, and that's part of what we got to fight against. We got to fight against the indoctrination early, when the kids are young, and then when they get to be older, and then mainstream media, television, everything. You got even boomers in their 60s being influenced by what they see on television. You know, you talk about certain politics, and then they'll mention the thing they saw on CNN the night before. It's the same exact thing going on here. So we're fighting against the woke mind virus, as they call it, that's infecting a lot of people all over the country, all over the world. Very serious problem, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Did you hear the entire speech from Fatima Muhammad? What was your thoughts on it? Do you agree with her, disagree with her? Do you think it's a bigger problem than just people like her? When I say people like her, I mean the Muslim, they come over here, they, you know, the Ilhan Omar and everybody. Is it beyond her? I think it's not a race and religion thing in America. Overseas is different, of course, but in America, it's a problem that affects people from all walks of life. They have the same ideology. They all agree on the same thing. You're going to have white folks that get on stage to talk about how bad white supremacy is. You're going to have Jews that get on stage to talk about how bad the Jews are. It's a problem that exists in the U.S. and in the West, for that matter, and I'm not really sure how to solve it. I think the main thing would be for parents to really be involved in the kids' lives at an early age and to deprogram them when they are exposed to garbage like this. But whatever your thoughts are on it, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.